Brahma, Gururvishnu, Gururadevo Maheshwarah, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. During the last four talks, our goal was to understand clearly what is the discipline and education of the mind with reference to the Eastern wisdom, with reference to the self discovery. In the last talk, we understood what the quiet mind that is living within is happy mind, is relaxed mind, is calm mind. What exactly is the discipline and education of the mind? That is what the Patanjali is talking in detail. And we have understood a couple of things about the mind, the nature of the mind, the creation of the mind, how the mind divides and perceives, creates fear in the seen, and that is the root cause of our suffering. So now, mind is flexible, we all know. It is ready to learn. It is always curious. Means what? It can be educated, provided you have the right knowledge. We have a right knowledge about the smartphone, we have the manuals, we have the right knowledge about how to operate the computer. Because of the manuals, we learned it. Similarly, we have more than 3,000 texts and teachers whose teachings works as a manual to discipline and educate the mind for awakening, realization, and transformation. Pay attention, I'm referring discipline and education of the mind for self discovery, not discipline and education of the mind how to operate the computer. That we already know. So, right knowledge is received from those teachings and the principles. Do you know where is your house? Are you sure? Now, don't you have any doubt about where the house is located? You will definitely say, no, 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 I know it. What that means? That knowing has a clarity. When the mind and the intellect has a clarity of the knowledge, when the mind and intellect has a clarity about what the heck this mind is, what happens? Mind becomes pure. You know your house. The mind is 100% sure. Clarity. Do you need to think about it? No. So, the first step in discipline and education of the mind is to know those principles from the manuals, means teachers and the teachings of those texts. Not even including me. I'm using these teachings and the principles of the those great teachers. So once that clarity is there, it purifies the mind by itself. Is your mind not pure about where your house is? Do you need to confuse yourself or think yourself? No. So that is why the teacher is required who personalizes these teachings to a seeker so that his mind is clear. Now your mind is clear, pure. What it will do when you have to go to your home? You simply start driving the car. You know it where it is, and you put the action. That practice of mindfulness or meditation comes after the clarity in the mind, where you are going, how you are going. Then you will never complain after meditation that I had lot of thoughts, I could not control it. Do you ever say there was a lot of traffic and I could not reach home? Maybe late, but you reach. Do you ever say there was a lot of traffic and to I forgot that location of my home? See that? That is the journey. It is a journey, not a destination. This great master Patanjali, when he starts its first chapter, that is for the higher level of seekers, how to discipline and educate the mind so that it is settled in the state of mindfulness. When it is settled in the state of the mindfulness, you are already there. That reveals the knowledge of reality. It is a journey, not a destination. Discipline and education of the mind. I stress again, it is a journey, not a destination, not a milestone. Can you say, I have a milestone? I cleaned my house today. And you stop cleaning further? Do you ever say that, oh, I have been eating for 20 years now, let me stop for a week? It's a journey. Similarly, self discovery, mindfulness, meditation is a continuous journey. It is not a destination. So, what happens when by practice the mind stops moving outside, not influenced and dictated by any thought pattern, previous experiences? The mind is transparent like a water in an ocean, undisturbed. Water in an ocean is undisturbed, calm, quiet. Moon reflects into that water, and I can see that clarity, the moon with that clarity. Now ask yourself, the same moon reflects the same way in a muddy water, but I don't see the moon. Is it the problem with the moon? Is it the problem with the water in the mud? Or the very mud? That is what we see, the impurities of the mind. That is what we have covered. So the moon reflects in the same way in the muddy water, in the calm, unperturbed water in an ocean, and even on the stone. So we forget about the stone. We don't see any reflection. Can my mind be like a rock? We see that opposes everything. No, no, I know everything. Ego becomes. Ego bounces. No way to reflect in me. Muddy water, lot of impurities. The water in an ocean is calm, quiet. That is the real discipline and education in the journey of yoga according to Patanjali.